Japan is the country having a famous comic industry all over the world. Japanese manga have a common truth going through the story, which is the spirit of solidarity, the victory of justice, the struggle between good and evil. Some Japanese manga are so popular that surely you must have read once, like Doraemon, Pokemon. Top 20 best-selling manga of all times. 20. Death Note. The story is about a teenager who is accidentally given a book called Death Note by the Death with the power to kill a person when writing the person's name in the book. This teenager was named Kira and used this notebook to kill criminals as an example, which makes crime ratio drop significantly. Whatever, killing criminals is still a crime, and Interpol has sent L, a young detective, to find Kira. From now on, the contest of wills between Kira and L starts. 19. Yu-Gi-Oh! The main character is a gentle boy. He is always bullied, but inadvertently has the power of the Millennium Game, a treasure from ancient Egypt. Since then, a second character rises in him, use the power of the Millennium Game to punish evil people. The story includes a contest of wills around quite a lot of games, but mostly in Magic Gambling game, in which players have to use the cards of monsters to fight each other. 18. Bastard, Heavy Metal, Dark Fantasy. A fanciful comic about the main character called Dark Schneider, a 14-year-old boy who was sealed. After being freed, he becomes the Dark Mage and fight against four mighty warrior who have plot to reborn their evil god, Anslasax. It has that holy style with development about the war between angels and devils. In addition, the outline is quite hot and it also makes the series become attractive. 17. City Hunter. The story is about the main character named Ryo Seiba, an extremely talented detective in Shinjuku, Tokyo. He is a talented marksman but has a bad habit that is a fillergenist. This manga was very popular in Japan and has been made into anime. This is considered as a pretty good comic for fans of the detective genre. 16. Dr. Slump. Was composed by Akira Toriyama, creator of Dragon Ball, so the readers can feel familiar when realizing the similarities in style between Dragon Ball and Dr. Slump. The story is about the funny life of Earl, a little robotic girl made by genius Dr. Slump. The audience will laugh out loud when seeing games of the neighborhood's harassment of this little girl. 15. The Prince of Tennis. The story takes place in a middle school in Tokyo about the life of Ryoma Ikesan, a kid with a natural talent of tennis when he joined the Seigaku Academy. Seigaku is a famous academy having a very strong tennis club in the area with talented players. Ryoma quickly shows his talent by defeating his seniors after admission to clinch a slot in the official lineup. When having joined the tennis championships tournament among secondary schools, he has to face many formidable opponents from other school teams. This manga is a great work for manga fans on sports lines. 14. Rakuten Blues. The story is about the main character called Maida, a new student of Teiken High School. He stutters when anxious and quite clumsy. Maida has caught the attention for the whole school when punching a teacher in the opening ceremony. Witness the strength of Maida, school clubs have tried to invite him to join their team. But Maida was a loner and has only one dream: becoming a boxing champion. His first objective is to defeat the leaders of the boxing club. Although it is a sport comic, but the story seems to focus on the war between the gangs rather than boxing. 13. Yu Yu Hakusho. This comic has the same author as Hunter x Hunter, Yoshihiro Tagashi. It brings us to the life of Yusuke, an individual pupil in a secondary school. One time, when he escaped outside of the school, he saved a boy who was playing ball in the road and hit by a car. But his death is too sudden so that his name is not in the books of Hades, so he cannot go to hell. But otherwise he cannot go to heaven because of the monumental achievements in the past. Little Hades decided to give him back to life, but in return, he will have to become hell detective. 12. Rurouni Kenshin. The story takes us to the era when the Emperor Meiji had conducted a series of reforms leading to an old class in Japan was removed, it is class of samurai. Our main character is a retired assassin called Kenshin Himura, now hidden from life and becomes a vagabond. While wandering, Kenshin met and helped Kaoru Kamiya, who was replacing her father managing a dojo in Tokyo. Kaoru invited Kenshin to stay at her dojo, but Kenshin cannot live in peace when his enemies from the past always come to him for vendetta. 11. Dragon Quest: Dai's Great Adventure. This is a famous comic and quite familiar to the readers, but few people know, this comic was based on the Dragon Quest game. Starting with just a couple of short stories, but due to the success of the series that the author has continued writing and led to the birth of the series as we know today. The story is about the adventures of a boy called Dai in the war against the evil forces when they plot to occupy the whole world of the human.